Hi everyone, Dr. Dave here with Synergy Wellness in New York. Today I want to discuss all the different drugs and medications that people take for acid reflux and GERD and hiatal hernia, silent reflux, LPR. There are basically three main treatments for that. So you have antacids, which most people get over the counter, and that's what people start with. Antacids, of course, have serious side effects. First of all, antacids, some of the side effects, like constipation, diarrhea. By the way, all three, H2 blockers, PPI medications, antacids, all can cause diarrhea, constipation, gas, stomach cramps. So these are all common for all of them across the board. But magnesium is what usually causes the diarrhea in antacids, and then the aluminum is what typically causes the constipation. Now, long-term use of antacids or aluminum, not that you would be ingesting aluminum by itself, but when you do take antacids, so long-term side effects of taking in aluminum, weaker bones, osteopenia, and osteoporosis. And for those of you that don't know, the leading cause of death in seniors, broken hip. Yes, that's the leading cause of death. You do not want to deplete your bone strength in your middle age, or definitely in your younger years. Don't do it. Don't keep popping antacids. That's not getting to the source of the problem, your hiatal hernia. Now, calcium, like Tums, for example, right? Calcium is associated with constipation, gas, excessive amounts of hypercalcemia in the blood. So it's drawing calcium out of the bones and putting it into the blood. Now, antacids can also cause an acid rebound effect. So because you're taking in calcium, this can trigger the stomach's response to produce more acid, which is like a cat chasing its tail. That makes no sense. So for some people, antacids can actually make it worse. Now, antacids also have some medical or medication interactions that you should note. For example, antacids reduce your stomach pH. So that's going to affect how your body absorbs food. If you're not absorbing food properly and you have acid reflux, you're going to be a mess. And your health is not going to be very good. You're not going to absorb the nutrients that you need to survive. So it has all sorts of implications, not only how the body absorbs foods, but also how it absorbs other medications like antibiotics or heart drugs. So these are things that you really need to be aware of, and maybe you have to avoid certain drugs, maybe for the first 4 or 5 hours after taking an antacid. Be careful because it can mask some other underlying conditions. Then you have PPI side effects. PPI side effects, so PPIs are only meant for short term, and I hear this all the time. People on PPIs for years and years and years, and I'm like, oh my God, does their doctor not read? Just read, just Google it. The side effects are just incredible. Besides the headaches, the diarrhea, the constipation, the gas and the bloating, the nausea, the abdominal pain that it can cause, the dizziness, the brain fog, PPIs reduce your stomach acid enough to interfere with the absorption of your gut defenses, certain bacteria. It can potentially lead to really bad nutrition deficiencies. Okay, so some of those nutrition deficiencies could be like magnesium, iron, vitamin B12, but it also causes bone fractures. And we talked earlier about the leading cause of death in seniors. Okay, so hip falls and hip fracture. And this is how my dad died and passed away. So this is not something to play around with. I stress, please. PPIs come with serious side effects. You should not be taking them over 4 to 6 weeks. And if you are, ask your doctor why. Why? Is it worth the risks? Is it worth the bone fractures, the nutrient deficiencies, the infections? You're at a higher risk for contracting any kind of infections like C. difficile or any kind of pneumonia, okay? Because the stomach acid is now less able to kill off the bad bacteria, okay? So then the other issues are kidney issues, right? And you do not want kidney issues as you're getting older or even in your middle age or any time in your lifespan, okay? These all have serious side effects. Then the fourth thing we talk about is supplements. Supplements can have side effects, but there's so many different supplements that people take that I'm not going to get into all the different supplements. But the one thing that's common between the H2 blockers, the PPIs, the antacids, and the supplements, they all treat the symptoms. None of them treat the root cause. My patented Reflux Shield is the only product that addresses the root cause, the mechanical issue where the stomach is herniating upward into the diaphragm. Pull that down, you can manage it and get off all the medications. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys so much. If you got anything from this video, or even if you just like this view of the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building, give me a like and don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate you guys.